So I made a little prediction the other day in the wake of the Nashville shooting where the killer happened to be trans. I said, watch, I guarantee you we're going to have a situation where Republicans, for the first time ever, found a limit on the Second Amendment, where suddenly they're going to be like the loudest voices for gun control, a particular kind of gun control, namely that, hey, trans people shouldn't be able to own guns. Well, that train is right on time. Listen to this.
The gun control narrative is ridiculous in the sense that this person legally obtained the guns. I'm unaware what law would be passed that would have prevented this person from obtaining the guns. I'm perfectly fine with banning people who suffer from gender dysphoria from purchasing weapons. That seems to me a pretty significant symptom of an underlying mental malaise that could theoretically be a problem in terms of owning firearms. But I don't think the left believes the same thing.
So there you go. Second Amendment, schmecken, flaflenment. He's like, I'm in favor of banning different groups from not owning guns. By the way, nobody bring up to Ben Shapiro, black people owning guns. Curious what he'd have to say on that one, right? Curious what he'd have to say on that one. But my response to him is, no, Ben, it's not that she shouldn't have been able to own weapons because she's trans. She shouldn't have been able to own weapons because she's crazy. And there was a tremendous amount of evidence before the shooting that this person was not right. There are plenty of trans people who are just regular people who show no outward signs of aggression or violence or anything to that effect. Those people should be allowed to own guns. But people who are trans or not trans, who are displaying that they're violent, displaying that they're dangerous, displaying that they're unhinged, they shouldn't be allowed to own guns. So, but by the way, does he not understand that the thing he's calling for, he wants to do it to make sure trans people don't own weapons. I would do it to make sure crazy violent people don't own weapons. But what he's calling for is the framework for like a red flag law. I'm in favor of red flag laws, just not to single out minorities simply for the sake of being a minority. But we knew this would happen, man. I called it. I bet you some people heard me say that and went, no, that's not going to happen. Well, there you go. There you go. Again, the actual position that makes sense is red flag laws should be the norm. And you also, if you had a system where of verification where this person went around to like 7 different gun stores and bought 7 different guns in a short time frame, that alone should have been a massive red flag, right? The conversation she had with people close to her, they say now in retrospect, like, yeah, I mean, it was clear something was off. That should be grounds to take the weapons. But again, not because, by the way, I don't know if it's a he or a she. I was a little confused when I read the story. I don't know if it's a he or a she. I'm not misgendering on purpose if I happen to be misgendering, but like, not that it matters if you misgender the murder. But like, the transness is not the problem. The problem is the violence. The problem is being dangerous. The problem is being mentally unstable in a way that is, you know, an issue for everybody around you. But we knew they were going to do it. We knew they were going to do it. It's amazing how little it takes for one of these people to flip on their so-called principles. It's amazing. It's like, he thinks he's this massive free speech advocate, but have you ever seen a segment of him or Dave Rubin or Steven Crowder? Have any of them done segments where they call out the crackdown on BDS? I mean, there's a lot of states in this country where you can't get hurricane relief, for example, in Texas, if you criticize the Israeli government, if you call for boycott, divestment, and sanctions. It is an actual anti-First Amendment law, which, by the way, every time these things are tested in court, they get slapped down. You've had speakers like Abby Martin be kicked off of college campuses because they were going to criticize Israel. They were going to have their speech blocked. Does he come out and do segments where he's like, no, I believe in free speech, even if I don't agree with the substance of it, so I'm gonna defend Abby Martin? No. Nope. Doesn't do it. He only trots out the fake principle when it's for things he agrees with. But he flipped on that principle immediately. And now it's Ben Shapiro, gun control advocate, but only to disarm minorities. Can't say I'm too surprised. Ever since Adpocalypse, when YouTube defunded all independent news and politics overnight, we haven't trusted them. We know they can pull the rug out from underneath us at any time. If you enjoy this content, please consider tipping $1 or $2 per month on the Secular Talk Patreon. Link in the video description box below. Thanks for your support.